Welcome to the FlipTech East Coast podcast, a podcast specifically designed to introduce you to our teacher presenters that are presenting at this year's conference. This year's conference is being hosted by Collingswood High School on June 29th and 30th.
And in this episode, we have Laura Garfinkel, a high school science teacher from the Aberdeen, Maryland area, and she's going to be giving a session on flipping the science classroom. Come out on June 29th and June 30th and join Laura and all the amazing presenters at FlipTech East Coast 2018. Visit fliptech.fliplearning.org to register. That's fliptech.fliplearning.org. And now we pick it up with Laura.
So welcome, everybody. This is another episode of the FlipTech podcast where we're introducing you to speakers that are going to be presenting at FlipTech East Coast on June 29th and 30th in Collingswood, New Jersey. And today we have Laura Garfinkel, who is going to be presenting on flipping the science classroom. Hey, Laura, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, it's a day full of sunshine and rainbows, always.
Always.
Right. Well, tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself to the folks that are watching us today.
All right. Well, I am a chemistry teacher at Aberdeen High School in Maryland, and this is my third year flipping the classroom. So I think it's like the third full year of flipping, and I have taken the Flipped Learning Level 1 certification class, and that really helped me put together a lot of what I've been doing. And last year I actually won a curriculum award. I got the top prize in my county for a unit I put together, which was really based on and only possible because of my flipped classroom things.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's cool. The Flipped 1 certification, is that through the FLGI, John Bergman's program?
Yes, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of information in there that's really good for people interested in flipping.
Yeah, it was great.
In terms of presenting before, is this your first, or are you an old soul on the presenting circuit?
Well, I've only presented at my school, and then we do countywide professional development as well. So I've done small things, and those were like really great because I got to share, but in like a really comfortable spot with people I knew and where like I felt comfortable. Sometimes it was people I didn't know, but it wasn't like a big thing. So this will be like my first big presentation.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be pretty big. I don't know if you know, but we have some international speakers coming in, and we have Aaron Sams. I don't know if you know who he is. Yeah, that's exciting. Aaron Sams is always a dynamic guy. So super down to earth too, if you've never met him.
Oh man, I'm so excited. It's going to be really awesome.
So why did you decide to put in a proposal for FlipTech? If you're used to kind of the local scene, what made you branch out into kind of a more regional, national sort of market here?
Well, I just knew that I wanted to be presenting eventually on a bigger scale, and this just seemed like the perfect fit. I love flipping my classroom. I love sharing with other flip educators. Like the flip class chat is one of my favorites, and everyone's just so supportive. So I just like knew that this would be like the perfect place if I was selected. And I'm really happy that you guys chose me.
Here we are, right? And so the flip class chat, you're talking the Monday night flip class chat. Yeah. I'm part of that one too, so I'm kind of partial to. I don't know if there's other flip chats, but well, I guess the important thing is to get down to what you're actually presenting. So, tell us about that. We want to know, like, what are you presenting? Like who's going to get the most out of this? Like, tell us about your flipping the science classroom here.
All right, well, my main focus is going to be just talking about different ways to integrate flipped classroom into science. So I've tried a lot of different things, just like in an attempt to make it as accessible as possible to my students. And so I really just kind of wanted to give some different strategies or ideas. So I've done project-based learning. I've tried content mastery, which is always an added challenge in the science classroom because, having a lab set up for 3 weeks in chemistry just isn't a great idea. And then also just that idea of how do I still include inquiry? I want to have them doing labs where they're like learning stuff for the first time, but how does that fit with a flipped class model? So I just want to kind of like look at the flipped classroom through the lens of science and how we can, do that successfully with our students.
And who probably is going to like who are you targeting this for? Like, is the ELA teacher going to get the best out of this, or is it science? I mean, is it for everybody? Because as a science flipper myself, I know that, you know, I can talk to the ELA teacher and the 5th grade teacher as well, but you know, we want to make sure that the audience is targeted here. So who do you hope shows up to your session?
Yeah, so I definitely am going to be looking through the science lens. And so I definitely recommend anyone that's teaching science come by. But I will be talking about so many different strategies. You know, project-based learning is so great everywhere, and inquiry is so in every classroom, that if there are people that are just trying to think of new ways to incorporate the flipped classroom. So I'm definitely looking for those people that are just like thinking like, how can I mix it up, change it up for my students? You know, you have a unit that's really struggling for you, and you want to just get into some new ideas or new perspectives.
Yeah, it's interesting because, you know, I don't know, it's kind of like when you're a first year flipper, it's almost like you want to talk to the people that are within your own little discipline, and you're like, well, how do the chemistry teachers do it, or how do the science teachers do it? But then once you like flipped, you said you've been flipping for 3 years or so, you know,
3.5, I think, yeah.
Yeah. You know, you kind of want to talk to everybody and find out what you can do that everybody's doing, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. I feel like I get advice from other teachers all the time, and I'm like, wow, like that's great. And it doesn't matter that they teach math or English or whatever, because they have so many strategies.
Right. It's like good teaching is good teaching, whether it's in the science classroom or the ELA classroom or the kindergarten classroom.
Yes, definitely.
So we're organizing this big conference for you to come to and for you to attend, and I think that that's exciting. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and but what do you think you're going to take from the whole experience? Like, what do you hope to get out of it? You know, you're obviously giving, that's your own presentation, but you know, what do you hope to take from it?
I think that I just am really looking forward to meeting a bunch of people that love flipped classroom and are taking time out of their summer to get better. And so I just feel like that's going to be really inspiring, just being surrounded by other like-minded people that like the flipped classroom, like to hear about new practices, and just kind of like that connection and inspiration will be really, really great.
I can't agree with you more. Okay, can I ask you a bonus question?
Sure.
Okay, so for the audience that was out there, I sent Laura the list of questions beforehand, but I am now surprising her with the surprise question that she didn't know that I was going to ask. And so that's why I wanted to make sure I asked her permission first. But so here's the question. 3 words. Okay, 3 words, right? And so for me, that would be difficult because I would want to like explain and describe, and you know, I spend a lot. I'm verbose. I've been known to be talkative, but you know, 3 words, and then afterwards you can describe.
Okay, good.
3 words to describe what your classroom looks like right now.
Oh man.
And I'm not meaning like on a snow day in the middle of March here. I mean like right now in terms of flip learning, or you know, whatever you're doing in your classroom. And
3 separate words, or are you looking for a phrase?
Sure. Whichever you want.
I want to say something like working towards perfection. So but not like, I just feel like I don't want to say like we're like struggling, but like we're still
I know what you mean.
I feel like every day feels better, and I feel like I feel really good about what we're doing, but we're still like working towards, I'm still trying to figure out what's perfect for my students, and every year that's different. So I feel like every year it's a work in progress, and we're just like working towards doing awesome stuff and learning awesome things.
Let's see, working towards doing awesome things.
That's 5 words.
No.
3 words is hard.
Yeah, working towards perfection. That was your original 3 words. So
that's 3 words, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know perfection's not necessarily attainable, but maybe one day.
Right. Yeah.
I can be hopeful.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I mean, that kind of puts you in the right mindset that there's always up to go. You know, there's always kind of that upward. You know, you're not satisfied with now, you know. You're like, it's just all right, you know. Like it's always, you know, striving for perfection, you know, is definitely good. Yeah. So as we finish up with the interview here, is there anything that you'd like to add?
I don't know that I can really think of anything. I'm just really super excited and really appreciative that you guys are letting me present. And I really look forward to meeting everyone that comes out, and just know it's going to be awesome. So thank you guys for putting it together.
Well, thank you for putting in a presentation proposal, and we're excited to have you too. We can't wait to meet you face to face. And so that's our interview with Laura Garfinkel. Come out to her session at FlipTech East Coast on June 29th and 30th. Her session is entitled Flipping the Science Classroom, and I am sure that it will be just as awesome as she is during this interview. That's it for this episode of the FlipTech East Coast podcast. We hope that you join us at the conference. Again, for more information or to register, please visit fliptech.fliplearning.org. Again, that website is fliptech.fliplearning.org, and we can't wait to see you there.